Hey everybody, I'm CJ, and you know it's a damnedest thing. I didn't put a video there for a few days, and the reason for that is because it seems like everything that's going on right now, either it's political or else it's just fucking bad news, you know. And there's just really not all that much out there that was happening for a few days that was uplifting or for that matter, even just fun to talk about. And so as a result, it kind of left me in this weird position of like, what do you talk about right now? And so I didn't really have any really good ideas, and so uh, that and the fact that I was just having so many problems with my phone. Why? Why talk about anything? So I didn't. And the thing is, it's like we are still in a state of affairs where everything that's going on is either political or else it's bad news. I mean, it's not like the situation's changed all that much, but this happened. Please look at the screen. Gina Carano is basically being uh, savaged on Twitter. And there's something I want to be clear about. I don't watch The Mandalorian. I've never seen a single episode. And the reason for that is because I concluded long ago that Disney Star Wars is just not for me. All right. So I've seen The Force Awakens and I've seen Rogue One, and the decision I made really after seeing The Force Awakens was there is a target audience for these new Star Wars movies and all this new Star Wars stuff. There is a target audience for these things, and it's not me. So I didn't carry on about it online. I didn't have some kind of paroxysm of fanboy grief or anything like that. I just said, okay, all right, fine. I guess it's time to move on. So I moved on. And by the time The Mandalorian came out, I had long since moved on. And so, as a result of this, like I say, I've never seen an episode of The Mandalorian. All due respect to Gina Carano, I don't really care very much about her and her participation on the show. But what little of her Twitter that I've bothered paying attention to, she seems all right. She seems like whether or not she's in The Mandalorian, she just seems like she's kind of like to whatever degree she's political at all, and I'm not convinced that she is, but to whatever degree she's political at all, she just comes off as very normy, like somebody with opinions that people think that she has. Again, I'm not convinced that we know what her political opinions are, but based on what everyone thinks she believes, she's somebody that I could know and could be friends with. I mean, she just I don't know. It'll become clear as we move along, but really the main issue here seems to be that she's expressed very tepid. They're not even political opinions. It's more just like kind of broader societal opinions. And honestly, the ideas that it's implied that Gina Carano has and believes in are not controversial in like 95%, at least 95% of American society. There's virtually nowhere you can go where her views are going to be considered heretical or taboo or a big time no no. But the SJW world, which is kind of what Twitter is, yeah, what Gina Carano has done, very much a no no. And so I don't really necessarily want to get lost in the weeds on this, too much and what did happen. And guys, before we even get into this, don't contact any of these people. In fact, be so quiet, so incommunicado. Don't even contact the writer of this article. All right. Don't even contact him. I'm sure he's a nice person, but it's like, guys, I'm not kidding around. Don't contact any of these people. All right. Especially the SJWs. But I mean, just like look at what these people are saying. You know, what is what is it that Gina Carano did that is just? um, that's so horrible that she deserves treatment like this. Uh, Actually, scrolling back up, it's like Gina Carano is just the worst. And please look at the screen. The stuff uh, that is kind of prompting all of this, the tweets that Gina Carano, she didn't even send out herself. She just liked. I mean, like I say, they're just very tepid, very middle of the road. I mean, Charlie Kirk. There are very few people in America who think Charlie Kirk is somehow the gold standard of edginess. Um, it's just ridiculous. Or Gina Carano is actually a piece of human trash. Didn't needs to have a look at her Twitter likes and fire her. And just the question I've got is there are people out there who just have a gift for performing, whether it's acting or singing, dancing, whatever. The American entertainment industry is a very attractive place to go to uh, exploit talents like that. You know, make the most of yourself, really build a career. And my question for people who have that level of talent is has it reached a point yet where you're kind of at the point of diminishing returns? It's like, yeah, you could go to Hollywood or whatever, but what is the price that you're paying? You know, what are the odds that some innocuous tweet that you liked 10 years ago could come back and haunt you? And is the possibility of fame and success enough to offset the risk that you're taking here? And I'm kind of starting to think that, you know what, right now, it may not make much of a difference. But 10 years from now, because just imagine 10 years of cancel culture and the chilling effect that's going to have upon all these different industries. What kind of person 10 years from now, after 10 years of cancel culture, what kind of person is going to be drawn to Hollywood? That is just nuts to me. And it just sort of gets on from there. She's called a nut job by some people, people that again you're not supposed to contact. Don't contact them. She's called racist, homophobic, transphobic, everything in the book. And she hasn't even sent like look at the one tweet that we all know that she did send out, and just read this. The more lying, cheating, demoralizing, and hate I see, the clearer it is for me to feel the power of hope, truth, respect, and love. Let your spirit be filled with strength and peace. And she says breath, but I think she means breathe. Let your spirit be filled with strength and peace. Breathe. I mean, how can somebody possibly be offended by that? And yet, it seems that some people are. And again, what it comes down to is it's not that SJWs can't stand disagreement, although there is that. I think the bigger issue is that they consider themselves and their own moral worldview to be default. And anything that falls outside of that is, to them, it is so disgusting, it is so aberrant that there's obviously something wrong with you and you need to be silenced. I think that's the way that I mean, how can you possibly know? But I think that's the way that they look at it. So, anyway, just bear that in mind. It's not that they don't want to, it's not that they can't handle disagreement, although they can't. I think the bigger issue is they consider themselves to be default, and so disagreement is anathema to them. So, anyway, there you go. I'm CJ, and that's that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed, comment, like, and share this video because it really helps me out. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Cole Loves Comics.